Hi, I'm Kayla LeMieux, and I created an action plan to help improve mathematical understanding of multiplication and division. I created the action plan to improve mathematical understanding of multiplication and division due to measurement of academic progress, otherwise known as MAP data, that I collected. Looking at the MAP data, I noticed that the RIT range of 211 to 220 has the least amount of average growth. I then looked further into the students who scored in the 211 to 220 RIT range and looked at the average growth in both operations of algebraic thinking and numbers and operations. I did not look at measurement and data and geometry because I have yet to taught these skills in my class and didn't think the information was relevant. Comparing the operations of algebraic thinking and numbers and operations, I found that there was less growth in the numbers and operations. To help look further into the data of numbers and operations, I looked into the learning continuum provided by MAP. The learning continuum breaks down the skills students need to learn depending on their RIT range level. Looking at the 211 to 220 range, I found that students should understand and apply multiplication and division skills thoroughly. Due to the low average growth in numbers and operations in the learning continuum, I've decided that my action plan should be to improve students' mathematical understanding of multiplication and division. Now I need to determine what strategy can help. Here are the strategies that can be used to help create my action plan. The strategy Realistic Mathematics Education has a high impact on students and easily feasible with the resources our school provides. The next strategy is the computer-based technology. I found that this has a medium impact on the students and has medium feasibility due to the need of technology in certain applications. Math Talk is the next strategy with high impact and high feasibility. And last, we have the use of manipulative strategy with low impact on students and medium feasibility due to the need of manipulatives. First, let's talk about the Realistic Mathematics Education, or otherwise known as RME. RME became known as a real-world mathematics education system. There are 6 principles that create RME: activity principle, reality principle, level principle, intertwinement principle, interactive principle, and guidance principle. The activity principle helps students learn from doing and provides problem situations that students can gradually develop skills to help solve problems. The reality principle states that students must use their mathematical understanding tools to solve problems. The problems relate to real-life situations and help students develop mathematical tools and understanding. The level principle states that students pass through various levels of understanding. It encourages students to reflect on the activities conducted and build upon strategies. And it helps students develop mathematical tools and understanding. The intertwinement principle applies a broad range of mathematical tools and understanding, and it has students solve rich content. The interaction principle provides students with social activity. It helps improve strategies, but learn other strategies and new ideas. And it also builds communication and listening skills. The last principle in the Realistic Mathematics Education strategy is the guidance principle. The guidance principle lets the teacher help steer student learning. It provides guidance for students to reinvent math skills, and it again helps build problem-solving skills in students. The next strategy is the Math Talk strategy. Math Talk is important in the classroom because the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics has been urging teachers to emphasize communication, talk, and writing as part of the mathematics teaching and learning. The mathematical thinking of many students is aided by hearing what their peers are thinking. Math Talk strategies provide direct access to ideas, relationships, and strategies in math, but also can provide the teacher with misconceptions or new strategies to implement. Here is the computer-based technology strategy. Computer-based technologies have been researched to help students learn and grow in mathematical concepts. Technology, when used effectively, can enable ways of teaching that are much better matched to each individual child. Technology also brings math to life. It allows mathematical concepts to be used to help solve or research current graphs, problems, and information found in websites. With the use of technology, programs are out there to help grade and give immediate feedback to students. They can give immediate scoring or provide tips to help future and relevant skills. Technology can also engage students for extended periods of time. This can create more time for the teacher to give individual feedback to particular children. The use of manipulative strategy is also used to help create an understanding of mathematical skills. The use of multiple representations and the ability to translate among representational models has been shown to be an important factor in students' abilities. The use of manipulatives enhances students' understanding of mathematical concepts and helps visualize and conceptually understand math skills. Based on the needs of my 5th grade students in the RIT range of 211 to 220, the instructional strategy I will use is the Realistic Mathematics Education Strategy. I determined that this strategy will help my students discover their own mathematical strategies for multiplying and dividing numbers and decimals. Providing problems for them to work through will help them better understand their mathematical strategies as well as help them learn how to problem solve. The problem will also help them review, use, or learn other mathematical skills that may appear in the future. Communicating with their classmates will also help them understand, share, and learn new skills with each other. The RME strategy should help my students determine mathematical shortcuts, discover connections, and apply strategies. This strategy will help create problem-solving mathematical students. To help students improve their understanding of multiplication and division, there will be changes done to their math lessons. Instead of whole class lessons and independent work, the teacher will provide real-world problems that students should work together to solve. As a teacher, I will provide real-life scenarios that the students should problem solve through. I will also prepare them by teaching the students how to communicate respectfully and maintain a positive, respectful culture. The students should discover and try new mathematical strategies that apply to the problem solving. They should share their new strategies to their classmates and also listen to their classmates' new discoveries. Students should show their thinking by recording their explanation or by showing and writing their explanation on paper. In the classroom, the teacher will guide students to solve the problem correctly and help manage discussions. To help the students who need to understand mathematical concepts, the action plan was created for the 5th grade team. First, the team must learn and review the different principles that make up the RME. The 5th grade team must understand the importance and the use of RME and each principle stated. Once teachers understand the RME, as a team, we must create problem-solving tasks and questions that will help implement problem-solving and understanding of mathematical concepts. We should also work on creating Math Talk posters to help encourage positive, respectful communication throughout our classrooms. Once problem-solving questions are created, the 5th grade team should create a 5th grade problem-solving curriculum. Once the curriculum has been practiced, teachers should observe their students to assess how they are responding to the new curriculum. Teachers should also observe other teachers to see how they are implementing the new strategies in the classroom and provide feedback. After MAP results are given to teachers, we can then analyze the effectiveness of the Realistic Mathematics Education Strategy by looking at the growth in the students' math scores. Teachers should make sure to analyze not only all math MAP scores, but MAP scores in the 211 to 220 RIT range. And then they should analyze the growth in the scores in the number and operations. Depending on the data, changes can then be made to the action plan the following year.